live yet. Ah, there we are. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Hi, David. Hey, Stephen. How you doing, guys? I'm going to try out my usual visual. Can we build it? Yes, we can, except, of course, as you would have seen in the description, I'm doing the grey stuff. Grey stuff? I believe they're the rubber frost retarders. I never knew they even existed. So this has been quite educational for me. Now, so yeah, being what we bald men call a lazy bastard, I haven't done any more masking on the relevant areas. We've got a head start. One thing I have done is set up the airbrushing exhaust port, so I don't need to go through that little faff about. Yeah. How are you guys doing? You good? I hope you're good. I assume you're good. All right, I think that's enough for me waffling, frankly. I'm doing a lot at the moment. Before I get started, as always, it's time for some caffeine. It's always time for caffeine. You know, I do get concerned about getting too much blood in my caffeine flow. Oh, yeah. That is the shit. I've done it again. Excuse me a moment, guys. What I'm just going to do. There we go. If the camera is on, as you would have gathered from even just that little bit there, I could see on there, you'd have gotten quite the flash in your eyes. Now, this is going to be the color we will ultimately use. It's a nice, juicily dark grey. Is that the correct term, juicily dark? I wouldn't have thought so. We'll leave that discussion there. I'll give this a bit of a shake as we go along and do stuff, because that way I won't have to spend 30 seconds doing it all in one go. You know, it's probably longer even, really. That looks like possibly even a new batch, which means it would need longer to be shaken now. Let us get it nice and snugly at the desk. Sleeves up. Now, I believe these are ready to rock and or roll. So that one's definitely good to go. Good to go. Right, and good to go. Now, I've got the other stuff. Probably the easiest way for me to look at this is to pop everything that needs to be done on the masking front, that is, over here. Now, it's not actually that much. And oh, really? I ask you guys. I ask you. And I'm smacking the camera around. Cool, eh? Now. Get that out of the way for the time being. Yeah, that's right. I had put some blue tack through here. Alrighty. Now, the underside. We go. Yep. Yes, Roy. That all makes perfect sense. So we go. Zip. And now, as I did yesterday, this is where we'll start with some clean tape. I do find this stuff fantastic for masking purposes, actually. I really do. To me, oh, by the way, guys, if you want to come on the stream, just let me know and I'll flick the link up, and if you've got your camera set up and You are ready to rock and or roll. You know, because the thing is, you can see exactly where you're going with it. Getting back to the tape, that is. And it's hard not to view that. It's a wee bit convenient. Now, I then go across to there, I believe. Let me just confirm with the other wing. Yes, of course. That all makes perfect sense. I'm thinking, I do sometimes, it's true. And whilst this is not particularly relevant to anything that we're doing, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to go to the zoo. It's a completely random thought, I know. If we go to yes, Roy. That's all very pretty, that is. That'll work for us. Winning. And then dealy. Once the anthracite grey is on, it's all pretty cruisy from there on the painting front. Because there is still one, in fact, two colours that need to be applied, which is to say the black of the propellers and the whatchamacallit, another whatchamacallit. What was it? There's the black on the propellers. Ah, yes. And there is some olive on the engine cowlings need to be done. But beyond that, we are good to go. Once these well, the anthracite grey is done. And I can look at more. Now, this is a bit of a, I believe the technical term to describe the way this thing sits here is a wee bit cunty. Because this is raised up, obviously it's not going to sit flat. So what I'm going to do is utilize some of this to tidy up the bits where I don't get to. Now, I do need to be aware of the time today. Oh, hey. Oh, look, it's that would be cool. It's yeah, let's face it, well, as far as the camera goes, I just use my phone. And without pissing in your pocket, it's, why am I going there? What the hell am I doing? They supply, in many ways, in the modern day and age, as good a camera as you will need, and in some instances, find rather. I remember going to the zoo with one of my students, and he had brought his mobile, and fundamentally there was a guy at the tiger enclosure with a proper camera. The student's there. By the way, that's not as creepy as it might sound. He's a grown man. I teach martial arts. Had his mobile, and he was getting almost as good a shot of the scenes as the guy with a proper camera. So there's something you can consider. You don't need to lash money for a camera. Microphone, that's a little different again. That I would lash. Even then, it's not big bucks that I spend. I'd say it would be. I think I spent $120 on my headset, and that's a good one. Can't remember the brand. I digress. Computer, yeah, worth getting. Well, actually, depends what you got already, to be honest. What I have, you might already have this, in which case you might be surprisingly close to being able to be joining me on the stream. I have 16 gig RAM, and what others? Yeah, basically I keep the hard drive separate, or fairly empty rather. Keep most of my data on external drives, so it's fairly clean and runs well. It's a 2 terabyte hard drive. Yeah. I don't know if any of that was necessary or helpful, but now you have that data. I had initially speculated about going to 32 gig RAM, but the guy who sold me the computer, I told him what I wanted. I was going like full, getting medieval on shit's ass, you know what I'm saying? And oh, Johan, how you doing, man? Yeah. Anyway, what he ended up, he asked me basically what I wanted it for. I explained to him. Now, fortunately, I do know the guy. This is one of the pros of such a situation. Anyway, and what he told me was, he said, look, you don't need 32 gig RAM. Basically, he sold me an entry-level gaming computer, which covered all the... ooh. Yeah, I see how that rolls, David. Unfortunate business. Yeah, harsh. Now, dealing. Just need to go to. You know what I could do? Thinking about this. I'm using the clear stuff more on those areas I need to be a bit, slightly itchy ear, fussy about, a bit more precise with. I'm thinking, why don't I just do all the stuff I'm going to do with all the clear bits, then go to the next bit of tape and so forth. I wonder if it's going to be more efficient. The mysteries of life, people. Now, and then once we've got this shit done, that's probably what am I doing, Rob? Dear, oh dear. Oh well, such is life. Now I folded it. Never mind. Sometimes this sort of thing amuses me, you know. Unfortunately, I'm in a really good frame of mind today, so today it is amusing rather than grumpy making. Okay. Mouthful of coffee. Now. Winning. And we'll do the other end, which is to say, right. Yeah. Nice. Might as well do all the ones on that sort of an angle. Starting to get a bit excited about doing this now, because I'm getting, as you can see, much closer and closer to the end. This is my first B-17. There will be others. Aside from anything else, I want to have the, you know how there's this olive sort of a paint job. They had the Air Force had, then they had the aluminium sort of option. I want both. Also, I want a B-17. G, this is an F. There are differences. So I'll have to. Well, actually, I've got another one again. I've got a few in Moustache. Got two more in Moustache. I do want to do another Lank as well. I've got two of them. But I've got a short Sterling I want to do as well. Probably my next big aircraft, and that'll be a while down the track, will be the short Sterling, or maybe the short Sunderland I've got in Moustache as well. These are the questions I have to address, kids. Oh dear. Oh, the pain of it all. Hang on. I need to be a bit more across, I think. Give me a moment. Let me just... Yeah. Alrighty. Jolly good. Got it sorted. Maybe a bit more across than that. Come here. Hey, yo. There we go. Gotcha. Alrighty. Oh, hey, Big Racer. How you doing? Yeah. Okay. We'll go across now. Actually, no. Yeah, we will. So now all I need to do, this one's just to... Alright, there we go. Nice. Okay. And... Ding. Ah, is that what Big Brace's name is? Further forward. There we go. That's the line. Nice. Alrighty. So that's the clear stuff on that one. Next we shall... Just as a point of reference, where did I... Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Got it. Sort of go... Right. Oh, it won't be long before we're getting the airbrush going again and getting, I think, this onto those parts. Well, you've got bigger scale ones. I would have to say my big issue with, and I do have an issue with those bigger scale kits, is just that they're too. I got nowhere to stash them. They look. I reckon they'd be awesome to do though. The only downside I would possibly see in bigger scale kits, and it's purely a me thing on this one, is that because I'm a detail whore, I would probably just lose myself for hours into, oh, hey, John, in detailing the bejesus out of it, you know. But what am I doing? I need that free. And in fact, while I'm here, that's what I did yesterday. Why don't I do it again? Cool. Just come up here. Up here. I really need to get nails. Seriously, man. The question I've got to ask, and I asked it yesterday, I think, is who the hell has fingers that small? PB Bloody Herman, that's who. Cool. What? No. Start again. Now, what I could consider here, I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. I wonder. I wonder. Actually, no, I don't. Let's have a look. Do I have scissors with nicer grips than that? I should have some around here, you'd think, wouldn't you? Nah, not that I can see immediately. That's a bit of a pisser. Never mind. I'll do the slicing now. I wonder if... You see, here's this whole opposable digit thing. It's, my thumb is too thick. I've actually been speculating about getting a signet ring because I'm a pretentious prick. And I'm trying to find my ring size, and the bigger thing is, all I can say is, bloody huge, man. And I know it's whenever you see sort of like, see a ring, I go, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm something 19. No, something quite big. And that's as ever. As anybody else who is watching who's a bigger chappie or even lady would know, it's a curse if you want to buy stuff sometimes because it's just never big enough. We live in such a sized society, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just go along there. Booful. Now the other bit. Come here, you. That way around. Drop. It's the straight edge, that is. Ah, yeah. And you know, sometimes, despite that, the amusing thing I find, because 1:72 is my go-to scale. And for all that, big hands, all that sort of a caper, anybody trying to get the violent femmes will be ignored. Are they outside of Australia? I can't remember where they're from. I hope they're not just an Australian thing. Anyway, bottom line being that for all that, sometimes I find still using my hands is a bit easier than using tweezers. So, yeah. I guess it's just the direct control sort of a thing, as opposed to having to go sort of like, well, something you don't get the feel of. You have to use that left hand here, I think. Oh no. Oh, that's a bit convenient. Ooh, convenience. Come here, not quite. This isn't quite long enough, I reckon. No, that's okay. We can fix. Deedly, deedly. Fortunately, once the clear stuff's on, it all gets pretty much straightforward. There we go. Nice. Should I trim that? Nah. Nah. Alrighty. Deedly. If it's that long enough this time. It's probably way too long now, but never mind. And you know, I'm surprised. Dearie me, eh? Now, I want that one. There we go, that's nice. There we have him. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alrighty. Well, that one's actually good to go. Boom. Oh. Wow. Oh no. Oh no. That's awful, dude. Nobody needs them apples. That's harsh. I think we've all had that experience, and in fact, that's what the fate that's befallen my Sparmax is. And now there's a trigger issue of some variety. I am considering. Excuse me a moment. I just need to check a small detail here. Rightio and rightio. Now, you are correct, good sir. Something that until I was wondering, I thought it was just straight paint. I thought, why the hell would you paint that shit on, man? And then somebody explained to me, no, these are the, as you say, de-icing boots. The plot thickens. Lamentably for my good self, the same cannot be said for my hair. Now, we go down to there. Now, that curve is going to be a wee bit tricksy. But this is this sort of shit can come into its own if we're lucky. Maybe. Yeah. Slowly but surely, you'll be able to get our curve here, I reckon. Yep, all coming together. Bit tricksy this one at the moment. Oh, hey Paul, how are you doing? Now, there we go. Now there may be some touch-ups required, but give me a moment. Down a little. Push it up a little. Boom! I'm pretty pleased with that little effort. That's one go. Hang on. Oh, Jesus. I am good, man. So I got that little. Oh, what the hell? Hang on a moment, guys. It's doing this weird little. It's going to do it again, isn't it? Yeah. What the hell? Give me a moment. This is where it does annoying shit for some weird. It hasn't done this for ages. And if I do that, flick, bing, 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 bing. Yep. There we go. So yeah, that should give us a fairly good line for the most part, I think. And we can just repeat the process on the other side. I'm pretty stoked I've gotten that done in one go. Was the line? And there was much rejoicing. Now, this one. And then it just comes down to the biggest like mass areas, and then we'll start the brushing, guys. With the brushing and the painting, it's colorful. Oh dear. There we go. Eins. Zwei. Und drei. Now, excuse me. Now, I reckon I'm best off starting the top on this angle. I think that's probably a left-right-handed thing. Now let's get our starting spot. probably, this top area is the trickier to try and roll the tape around. I might need to do a bit of manipulation. Excuse me, got an itchy ear. Alrighty. Come here. There we go. There we go. Curses. Might have to start again. Very good. All right. So, next. Come here, you. And I might just do a little tidy up of the tape there, up the top. But mostly, we are again pretty good. And now we get to the far easier parts. In fact, we can get that out the way. Actually, you've got to do a little bit of tidying up on the wings. Then it's just bam. I believe that's the technical terminology for what I will be doing. Bam. That should be enough. Alrighty. This one wasn't it? Yeah. There we go. I'm just going to pull that down just a little there. Yeah, there we have him. All right. Jolly good. Now, a couple of quick little tidy ups here with this small stuff, and then we just go ka-chunk. Yes, we do. Over here, it is currently 7:07 in the morning, mate. And I need to be off by 8 so that I can get ready for a few appointments and such like. I used to stream at 9:30 in the morning, in Australian time, but I changed to this time purely because there's been some construction going on at the units in which I live that has rather just makes too much noise. Makes it very inconvenient when I'm streaming. However, I have since, I've been getting a lot more, interacting a lot more with people for starting this early. So I'll probably continue to do so. It seems to work well. I think as a time it suits probably more people than I had previously anticipated. Is the bottom line here. Yeah. That's still quite late. Mind you, that depends if you're the sort of person who enjoys being up late, or indeed may have no option on that front as far as if you're a night shift worker. Yeah, when I was a bouncer, I was up all sorts of hours, mate, as I'm sure you can imagine. And you just get used to it and you stay up. Nowadays, I don't work at all. So I can get up when I want. And in truth, in my opinion, getting up early is probably better for someone. Across the pond, there's a great piece of, well, just a term used for the Atlantic, but yeah, a pond. Over here, we have what we refer to as the ditch. And that's the Tasman Sea between New Zealand and Australia. And in comparative terms, if the Atlantic is indeed a pond, hell of a bloody big pond, we'll leave that discussion there. Yeah, certainly the Tasman is a ditch. Now, getting places, kids. Now, some people would suggest I'm a wee bit heavy-handed. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing in my experience. Mine's partly by choice, partly because, well, I've got an arthritic hip, and while I'm waiting for surgery, how do I go to an employer and say, yeah, at some stage I'm going to be needing to piss off for a little while I recover, and besides, in the meantime, I've got really limited capacity. I can sort of still teach martial arts in as much as it's harder for me to show the movements, but if it's one of my existing students who's trained under me for a number of years, they know what they've got to do, and I can sort of like just walk them through it. Or at least they know the stances, they know the hand movements. Anyway, but yeah, these are the joys. Once I stopped doing night shift, I decided I was never going to be staying up late again. I wanted to get my body into healthy sleeping patterns, so I did. And for that, I'm very lucky. And meanwhile, I get to work on my models, write books, which I will be publishing next year, play music. Hopefully, I'll be starting to put stuff on Spotify later this year. Yeah. It's a harsh existence, but someone's got to do it, you know, man. All right. Just tail up, or not tail up, fix up this tail so we got no mucky muck happening. And then, good people, give this a bit more of a shake. It's time to put the frost retarders on. then we are traveling real well. Because I've got all the detailing done. So, as you can imagine, excuse me a moment, that's not quite sitting down as it should. That should be fine. If there's any touch-ups required, which there probably will be, because that's perfectly normal, I will just do that by brush. Now, I might do a little bit of this first, just in certain spots. Like, easier to use on this side. There. As long as I get an overlap of the tape, I'm good. It doesn't have to be precise, it does have to overlap. There we go. Through there. Then we can just go to town. The big stuff. Oh! There we go. Yeah. I think there's a tiny weeny bit of mist, believe it or not. In fact, yeah, there is just there we go. All right, so that's all of that, and then we'll just get some big stuff out for a certain area, and then we'll get down to business. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. What I might do is move all the stuff that's going to be airbrushed from one side over to here. A bit of space. And then we will have a drying area over there. So we'll worry about that in a minute. Pop that to there. Now, all right. There's that same little spot that I missed on the other side. So we shall fix. Alrighty. Right. And there we go. Fantastic. Now, yep. Oh, never mind. And yep, just for good measure, and because I'm a wee bit angry. Aha. Yeah, actually, being a carer is a hard gig. I know this because I was my mother's carer. And yeah, certainly ain't all beer and skittles, mate. I won't deny that the timing of it was very convenient in as much as at the time I was working in the education department, and I hadn't gotten a new contract, and it's all contract based over here. I don't know if it is in New South Wales or the UK or how it operates, but in South Australia, it's contract based. Permanency is rare, which is not, we'll leave that discussion there. And COVID had just started to have its fun and games, for want of a better choice of words. And basically, I got the carer's allowance, which it's the equivalent, for those who are unaware, of a small wage. Still sort of like you're talking low income, but it's certainly a lot better than a kick in the nuts. Yeah, look, being a carer and it can be very hard. Because my mum was had mobility issues, big mobility issues, and the thing was, I found, speaking for myself, it could be quite harrowing to watch her actually try and move because she couldn't, you know. And sometimes, I'm sure I'm not giving you guys any news bulletins on this. I found it, really quite distressing. It did my head in. Her last days were just, Jesus, you know. But yeah, these are the things. And in the final analysis, however, I can honestly say that part of the reason why I'm able to live a fairly comfortable existence, despite not having much on the line of income, is because of the inheritance my mother left me and having been sensible enough to invest that shit. My father is still alive. They separated, so I get two inheritances in effect. He's 87 now. He's actually in pretty good health. But yeah, so my financial future is fairly sound. Which gives me, not entirely, or an existence that is not entirely lacking in its luxury. Now, let us get our airbrush running. I'll stop. Um, Boo full. Now, that's something I was going to do. Move all this shit over to here, so as we can just pass it across effectively to then set up. I may be going longer than I had anticipated. That's fine. If I am, I am. I'll manage. It's not that hard. Alrighty. Let's do this, kids. And what I might do, just in case there's spillage, get a couple of these ready to rock and roll. Let's see if this bottle will play the game of the easy pour with us. Or whether it's going to play the game of fist up. Yes. Winning. Now, I shall just put that there for a moment. Glad it didn't do what happened yesterday where it went everywhere. Alrighty. Get these out of the way now. We'll use them when it comes to the cleanup. Now this is a two-sided one. Just, yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a nice solid edge there. What I might do, because they're on, have I got something convenient? Yeah, I do. Excuse me a moment. What I'm going to do is, because of the paint on both sides, everything else is like one side. Hopefully that will, boom. That's the theory. Next, which one we got? We got this one. There we go. Actually, I should practice my counting in the languages in which I'm currently learning. So this would be either of tre or tre. There we go. Maybe a bit more there. Probably going to need to put a bit more. Oh, hey, Meme, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Now, I might top that paint up just a little. Oops. Might want to take the stopper out of that, Rob. Dear, oh dear. What I might even do is just pop that over to there, as I may well be needing some more. We'll see how that rolls out, kids. Midnight. Oops, that's a bit thicker than I wanted. Never mind. We will work with that. There we go. What part of Italy are you in? If that's something I didn't ask Johan, what part of Holland? Although I thought that I was under the impression that Holland was a province of the Netherlands rather than the entirety of the country. Actually, now for that, this is our fifth part. So this would be quinque, or now I'm just going to reach around to here. A bit more. Yeah, that should be okay. Now, getting places. There we go. So that is, well, in both instances, it's in both Latin and German. 6. Sept or 7. Nice. More white there. Very front there. There we go. Might get a bit more. Just get a bit more consistency on it. All right. Octo or acht? There we go. I think. Yep. Beautiful. And we are officially winning. Now, time to do the cleaning. Although now I'm airbrushing so much, I'm getting that sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? You just get used to the pattern of it all. Okay, let's empty. Which I believe it's already done. Yep. Alrighty. Where's my syringe? If you're wondering why I'm using this rather than a pipette, when I went to the chemist, they didn't have any pipettes. They were out of them. Did have these. I thought, well, you know, ultimately all I need is a decanter. And in some ways, this is actually easier than a pipette, I find, without pissing in your pocket. So yeah, now we'll just turn that off. And here we go. Yes, this hoary old chestnut. Grab this. Delay. Grab this. Grab this. They've come together. Oh, you bugs. Come here, thank you. One thing I'm really glad about airbrushing inside, when I used to airbrush in the shed, it used to be a perennial dread of mine that the dropping any part. Now, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't be good in here either, but I've got rubber mats down here. If you're in the shed, yeah, work it out, you know. You're talking about dusty floors and all manner of shit, but you don't even want to get near your airbrush stuff. And wait, that's something I forgot to do. I always like to pull that back a bit before I start getting medieval on the stuff here. Because, is that loose enough for me to do by hand? Yeah, pretty much. But not quite that easy. I like to pull the needle back a bit. Ow! So as it doesn't get in the way of, oh, that's still coming through a bit, but I'm going to push it through anyway. Of any, or get damaged in the process of cleaning this sort of stuff up. Now that's probably an unnecessary concern, but hey. Now, this won't take long, I don't reckon. This is a really minor clean. I don't have to get stuck into the casing or anything too much. Actually, something I forgot to do here. I do need to do this, of course. Let's just get onto that needle first. There we go. Nice clean needle. Now, this is coming up really quite clean quite quickly. Pretty happy about that. Alrighty. Oh, well caught by my legs. This has been most cooperative today. Can't be unhappy about that fact, I tell you. Now, tomorrow, we will not be painting. We will just be assembling because we can. So we will too. Cheesy grin from the big man if you can name that cartoon. All right, that's that. I think. The thread still. No, the threads come up pretty nicely. Swing better. Now, next. Start with this one. Yeah, I'd say we might even be able to do a bit of unwrapping and having a look at how it's all travelled. By the time I've cleaned, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Now, give that a bit of a chug with the brush. After your time. Haha. Yeah. Okay. The cartoon, and it is a pretty old one, was by Warner Brothers, and it didn't feature any of their regular characters, although there was one that sort of did appear. There were a couple that did appear occasionally. The Gambling Bug, and when the Gambling Bug, basically, it's actually you can. One of the things I always found interesting about cartoons and movies as I get older is when you look at the period they were made. Often you can link it to certain historical events, or alternatively, you can see what they're trying to communicate. And this is the Gambling Bug, unsurprisingly, is an anti-gambling thing. But yeah, you see him. They showed the Gambling Bug, and he's sitting on a chair made out of dice and cards, and the comment is there. So look out, folks, or the Gambling Bug will get you. And then the Gambling Bug, hearing this, goes, so look out, folks, or the Gambling Bug will get you, and I will too. Yeah, the great part about that particular cartoon for me is actually the music. Some of those Warner Brothers cartoons had great music. And this is a case in point, because the main character is the Gambling Bug, who suckers this cat into continual playing games of Jim Rummy with this bulldog for penalties, maybe. And ultimately, if you lose the game, you got to go and get a penalty from this drawer. And he loses every time. And but as he loses, and he makes his way to the drawer, every time the music is ba ba da ba ba. It's got this sort of slow, sleazy trumpet drawl. Ba ba da da. You can see he's looking so sad, and then as he opens the drawer and looks at the penalty, the music builds. Dun, 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 dun. And he's and the horror, as the music builds, his horror builds. It's just really cleverly done and structured music. I've tried finding it on YouTube because I just think it's so funny as a cartoon, and again the music just has me going yeah, that is the gear. But I haven't had any luck in doing so. Never mind. Yeah, it's the 1950s one, I reckon. But yeah, funny stuff. So if ever you hear me say, so I would say, I will too. Yeah, it's me being the gambling bug. Now we are almost done. Wow, I'm cleaning much more quickly these days. No bad outcome there, I tell you. Alrighty. Almost done. We'll pop this to here. And I reckon we are going to probably have a bit of a look-see as to how things have come up after our whatchamacallit now. One of the last things I always do is that should clear out anything that's in there, and I think you'll find our brush is now swish. Now, finally, reassembly. Dope. The other things that are interesting, because you can actually on YouTube they'll have there's literally 3-hour ongoing cycles of Warner Brothers cartoons you can watch. And some of them are very interesting from the viewpoint of you can see how a Bugs Bunny outsmarts a Russian bear. Join the dots on that one. It's during the Cold War. There are actually straight out Bugs Bunny outsmarting Hitler ones. And the depiction is not hidden in any way, shape, or form. But you can see the era they're made in and what they're trying to communicate. It's interesting. I find, anyway. Maybe it's my historical mindset. There we go. Almost done on the clean. Probably good. All right. Beautiful. Now, finally, should probably put that away, as that is an integral part of the cleaning process. Now, come here, just very quickly. Finally, well, I might need to give that a bit of the nozzle and a bit of a wipe because it may have picked up some mucky muck. Has it picked up mucky muck? No, jolly good. Now just give it a quick rinse. There we go. And that's probably gone. Oh, not quite. Alrighty. Turn that off, turn that round. Release pressure. I'll check that out. That could be interesting. All right. Now, the only other thing I really need to do in the cleaning process is that. Come on, in you go. Now, alrighty. Now, let's see if we can have a quick gander at how some of this has actually come up. Oh, look at that. That's not bad, kids, from what I can tell. Yeah, nice. Ha ha! Yeah, that's going to come up really well, I think. I'll give you a zoom in shortly. We can at least get us. I'm not going to unwrap all of it, but this will give us a good point of reference for how it's going to look once I've gotten all this shit off. Then I'll wind the stream. Now, oh, that's cool. Actually, I'm very happy with how that's come up. Give me a moment. Come here. I can get it right from this angle. The angle of the dangle. There we go. Gotcha. And you. All right. Yeah. Oh, good one, Robster. I can be well happy with that, I think. All right, give me a moment just to get rid of that. And delay about there should do us. And a bit of a zoom in. Whoa. So there is our frost retarders. I haven't put the lights on yet, but there's the frost retarders in the camo pattern. She's looking good. I like the way that's come up. I think it'll look, once it's all in place, everything will look very nice. Alrighty, and that, however, is me done for today. And zoom out. Hello. Alrighty. Right. Well, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, really. I will. Yes. Now, it's time for me to do my usual wind-up spiel, part of which includes suggesting to any first-time viewers out there that you hit that wonderful, magical button of follow, like, or subscribe. If you would like to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Discord. I haven't been to Discord in months. I don't actually understand how it works. I digress. Oh, thank you, Dave. Glad you had a good time, eh? And what am I on Twitter? Rob the Builder and Food Monster. I digress again. No, I don't. That is something I do mention. What am I saying? Yeah. Now tomorrow I've got. Why the hell? I know why there's a AAA battery under my foot. I had to put some in. I dropped a bunch of them yesterday, and that's just one of them. Not relevant. Tomorrow, I will be back. I'll be back the same time. What's more, and what we're going to be doing is assembly. We can start putting bits in. Now, what I'd be considering one of our first go-to positions, and I can even show you that. We'll be getting this little caper in because those are our wing struts. So we'll be getting that in tomorrow. As to whether we'll be doing other stuff or just assembling bits that go inside the aircraft, that's a whole nother story. It doesn't matter so much. It'll all happen one way or t'other. As to when, all right. Again, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday. And ultimately, all that I can really finish by saying is that I'll be back tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.